Good morning. My name is Ariana Joy. Welcome to the Joy Club. Here we work on finding our mission and purpose, aligning to joy, finding clarity and vibrance through our body. I want to talk about my story and how I ended up here and working as a spiritual consultant, where I do readings, healings, shamanic journeys. I run spiritual retreat programs and offer online courses. It has been quite a journey for me. I grew up very, very psychic from a very young age in a evangelical Christian household. So that was very confusing. I didn't understand how to be able to express or connect with my guides or beings in a healthy way. I avoided it. I was taught that that was evil, so I felt I was evil. And I spent my whole life really avoiding it until my mid-30s when I ended up on my deathbed. I ended up deathly ill from Lyme disease and mold disease. And at that point, I realized, I think I better address all the things in my life, including the spiritual realms. And so I dove deep into that space. And I want to talk about the joy we have access to. Today, I'm going to really mostly highlight my NDE, near-death experience. I actually did die and go to the other side twice. Wild. And what a blessing and a privilege for me to be able to step into those realms and access this unbelievable pure joy and bliss. And I'm so blessed to be able to know what we have access to and to know that joy is what we're here to experience. And this is a lot of lessons in this journey on earth, but we're here to embody joy and to know the presence of God within us. So I'm going to explain my first NDE. I was dying. My organs were shutting down. And I first saw myself floating above my body, looking at my body, moving around the room as a spirit being, and being like, okay, that doesn't look so good. And then within that time period of looking at my body and watching my children and people around me, I then went up into what we might call the heavens. I wouldn't call it heaven, I would call it an energy system. And this unbelievably bright white light sucked me in, where I saw visions of my life unfolding when I was a child, when I was a teenager, different scenarios, traumatic scenarios, beautiful scenarios, all these different spaces I was able to flash back and see. But as I went through this tunnel of light, it was really soft and intense. I ended up in this white, crystal-like, what people might describe as heaven, but I call it this energy system. And I wish I could express into words the amount of joy and bliss that I experienced. We get tastes of it in our spiritual development or, birthing a child at these really unbelievably huge moments where we're able to feel deep bliss. But there's still some tainted pain in our body. When we are in the other side, when we've transitioned, it is nothing but love and bliss. There's no pain in your body. There's no fear. There's no confusion. You are absolute perfection. And I was greeted by this energy system. It was multiple beings, a creative energy system that worked together, what might be called God. And they spoke to me and asked me if I wanted to go back and that I had a mission and purpose, but gave me the choice. And I thought of my children. It was a tough decision because you're in pure joy and bliss. But my children didn't have anybody else to help them or raise them. And so I chose to go back and to be there for my children, to work on me as a being, to help my children grow and to fulfill my mission and purpose. And so I went back into my very sick body. And from there on out, have never been scared of death again, because death, the other side is beautiful. It's the souls we leave behind that are sad, that might need some help, and why I chose to come back. And I'm so thankful I've come back. I've learned to live a life of joy, to be in peace, and to help others receive that. So that's my story on my first NDE. I'll be back telling more stories, giving juicy tidbits of how to be in alignment, working on our chakra system, doing readings. So please join, subscribe. Blessings.